is this day, actually remember, day 116. Don't worry, this is not even close to the finale. This bulk will continue. I feel like I have to say that every video because all the comments are like, when's the cut gonna start? It sounds like you're asking, when's next Christmas? Come on, we have a while. So the plan for today is chest with incline dumbbell bench. It's back. Finally back. No more of this incline barbell mumbo jumbo. I might still do incline barbell, but I'm definitely going to do some incline dumbbell. It's just a different feeling. I guess I'll just kind of get into it now, but of course I probably want you to do incline, just for my opinion. But with any kind of barbell press, at the top, that's sort of the resting position. Nobody's taking a breath to do another rep and holding it in the hole. Right? They straighten their arms out completely, so the entire load of the bar is pretty much just getting supported by, your fucking bones. Your chest doesn't have to flex so much up here just holding the bar than it does down here when you're like actually doing the fucking rep. But with dumbbells, you don't really get that rest. Like, you do a little bit, you're still holding them up straight, but just the nature of the fact that your hands are individually loaded and there's nothing keeping them together, then it's kind of just a constant pec activator throughout the whole range of motion, with a really crazy squeeze on top and a normal stretch at the bottom. Honestly, the bottom of any chest pressing movement, be it Smith, dumbbell, barbell, the bottom feels pretty similar across the board, but as you go up, that's where you really start to feel the differences. So really, if you had to ask me which kind of pressing movement I would prefer indefinitely, I'd have to pick dumbbell, even though I haven't been doing it, which is a little bit hypocritical of me. But dumbbell's legit, man. So that's the plan for today's lift. The gym I'm going to has a pair of 150s, which, based on how strong I feel, I don't think that'll be a problem. I keep telling them they need to get heavier dumbbells, and I've heard that every time people have said that, they're like, well, nobody lifts the 150s, so we'll keep them as we are. Come on, calling you out. But that'll probably make up most of the heavy pressing. If it feels good, I'm not going to mind sitting and doing probably 4 or 5 sets of incline dumbbell. Maybe progressively getting lighter, because after just kind of guessing, after maybe 2 or 3 sets of 150s, it's going to start to feel pretty heavy. And my rule for wanting to lighten the weight is, let's say you're about to bench the hundreds. That's what you're rocking. If you get to a point where you can only do, like, let's say your first set was 12 reps, second set was 10 reps, third rep was 8 reps, or third set was 8 reps. Typically, at that 8 rep mark, that's when I would want to actually decrease the weight. And maybe it's just me having a personal preference, but most of my working sets, I don't like to go below 8. 8 is about the lowest that I like. Now, of course, there's probably somebody out there who's like, well, every set that I do is 7 reps. I get pretty good fucking results. I'm not saying you don't. That's just kind of my personal deal with it. So that's usually the limit. If I can't do a weight for 8 reps, maybe like 6 with some assistance. So let's say I'm doing incline barbell and I can get X number of pounds for 6, and then I can get 2 partials with some assistance, or 2 assisted reps, then I'll count that too. But if I can't get 8-ish, too heavy, too freaking heavy. So that's sort of a little rule of thumb. Now, when it comes to my rest periods, I still get this comment a lot, even though I've talked about it. I guess I used to talk about it a lot, and now I haven't, so I'm sure you're not watching every single video start to finish. Or maybe not you, but just people in general. But in terms of the rest periods, it's not really a cut and dry rule. I don't set a timer after each set for like a minute and a half And then as soon as it goes off, that's my cue to jump on to the next set. I really just kind of go by, do I feel ready for it? And if you're actually kind of into your training, then whenever you feel ready, I feel like that is when you're about ready, you know? If you're not really into your lift, like if you can tell you get distracted really easily, or it's hard for you to really get in the zone, then I could see the benefit of a timer. Just because if you do a set and then you start talking to your buddies, 6 fucking minutes will pass. And I don't know about you, but typically my lifts do not end up well, or end up with the craziest pump ever if I've got 6-minute rest periods. Right? I sound like I'm training for a fucking powerlifting. So usually it depends on the intensity of the set, like how taxing it is, how much oxygen debt it put me in. After a set of like pec deck, I might take a minute and then do it again. Because really the only thing getting worked is my chest. And since pec deck would be more of a lighter squeezing movement, you know, my pecs aren't absolutely destroyed at the end of it. Whereas after something like barbell squats, which I'm just fucking dying afterwards, that could be more like fucking 5 minutes. But I know I just ripped on, a really long rest period, but that's just how long it is for a set like that. So really just take a minute, take 2 minutes, catch your breath, get your heart rate back down to your normal workout level. Of course, when you're actually in the gym during your workout, it's going to be elevated, but it'll look like this. You've got your in-between set rate, mid-set, peak set, and then it'll drop back down. And by the time it gets back down to that baseline-ish, you should feel comfortable. And as long as you feel fresh enough to hit that set for a considerable amount of reps as you just did, then I think you're good. But if I try to do a set of the 150s, put them down, breathe for 30 seconds, and then pick them up again, that's not enough time. So you kind of have to go by feel with that sort of thing. But if I had to really cut it down to like a time frame, yeah, I'm probably doing 2 minutes. I'm probably doing 2 minutes on average. So let's just hope it's not too busy. I feel like this is rush hour, 5 o'clock. Everybody's getting off work. Even if it's packed, who gives a fuck, man? Get a good workout anyway, don't complain. So let's just go get warmed up and jump to whatever the first working set is going to end up being. All right. I've done a very extensive cable warm-up. Threw the 110s around, threw the 130s around. Time to show the 150s their place. Few more. Honestly, I wish I had a pair of 170s right now, just based on how that felt. But let's run it back. Okay. let's just keep going with this weight until I can't get 8 reps. Fuck. Oh my God. Okay. Let's move on. That felt fucking sweet though. Almost 0 front delt activation. I felt like it was all chest. I wonder if I've been wasting my time a little bit doing so much incline barbell. But whatever. Let's move on to something else. I think this is the perfect time to jump on this incline chest press machine. Yeah. 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 Okay. One more. Yeah. 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 Oh my God. Okay. Let's do some flies. I wanted to do cable, but they were taken. I don't mind this pec tech though, so this will be a good one. That's like a half hiccup / burp. Yeah, fuck this. Let's get a cable. These are kind of the scrappy cables, but they'll still get the job done. So, plan is kind of some top to bottom flies. Because I've done pretty much everything inclined so far, so this will change it up just a little bit and be a little bit more declined. But either way, let's just make it a good set. We're nearly done. Yeah. 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 Okay. One more. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's go pose down. Okay. So, yeah. Incline dumbbell is back. It's fucking back. But if it's so good, why would I stop doing it? And that's, I mean, I kind of go through phases with movements. Sometimes I love squats, and sometimes I'm doing a ton of leg extensions. Sometimes I go months on end doing incline barbell, and then sometimes I do some dumbbells. You know, I don't mind it. Honestly, I'm sure in a few, maybe a month or two, I might go back to incline barbell and be like, oh, incline barbell feels so fucking good. It just kind of comes and goes. Oh, you tell me. Oh shit. Oh shit. Don't even have to say anything. Let's just hit a couple. Oh yeah. All right. That is fucking juicy as all hell. Oh man, what else even is there? No. I could sit here forever, but I just ran over here after that last set of fucking cable flies. So I'm gonna finish drinking my drink, chat, and then we can get in the car and get out of here. All right, lift over, post lift chit chat over, and it's only 7:20. What the fuck am I supposed to do with the rest of the day? I guess that's for me to find out and you not to know. But I can guarantee there will be a substantial amount of calories in between now and whenever I go to bed. So let's just think. Yeah, incline dumbbell was a fucking baller move. That is going to be continued from now on for a very long fucking period. Fucking all chest, good squeeze, really good stretch. Every positive lifting buzzword under the sun. What the fuck? That guy had his right. He still has his right blinker on. Okay, well now he turned. But whatever. Yeah, incline dumbbell is going to continue, but I got to go fucking heavier. 150s is not enough. That was honestly, that first set kind of felt like a warm-up set. Like as soon as I did the first like 3 reps, I was like, all right, well, I mean, it'll be a good set. You know, I ended up hitting failure, but I probably would have preferred something like, I don't know, maybe saying the 170s is a little bit ambitious. The most I've ever done for real sets is the 150s. I've never really touched above that. So there is another gym near me which has dumbbells the weight I'm looking for. I'm pretty sure they go up to like I don't know, more than I need. They definitely have at least the 150s, and they're like the in-tech ones, the really fancy steel ones. So I think next chest day, I'm gonna have to make a trip over there specifically for some heavy-ass dumbbells. But even though it's probably better, it's still good doing incline barbell. Incline barbell is still good. Incline Smith is still good. It's just good to kind of circulate through movement in your training. You know, if you keep doing the exact same lift day in, day out, week in, month out, look, you got to change it up a little. So if you think you've been doing a lot of incline barb, oh my gosh. If you think you've been doing a lot of incline barbell, maybe swap it out, man. Throw some dumbbell in there. Or if you've been doing dumbbell for a while and you kind of want to change it up, maybe throw some barbell. You know, if you do a really hard workout and then you do the same workout again the next, whenever that chest day is, I think you're still going to get gains from it. Of course, I don't think the fact that you're doing the same workout will, at least in terms of like exercise selection, I don't think it's going to make the workout worthless, of course, but it will be a different stimulus if you do different movements. In case maybe you've been missing out on a certain kind of stretch or contraction from incline barbell that you haven't been getting with incline dumbbell, switching it up every so often, even if you're not missing out, it'll just make sure that you really hit everything. So, heavy dumbbells to come, more freaky ass pumps to come. I mean, more weight to come, simply. So, Morning weight tomorrow, I'm hoping 257. Or actually, I'm not hoping. I know it's going to be 257 after I fill up tonight. So that'll be a cool number to see. This is the heaviest I've ever been. So even just saying that kind of gets me fucking riled up. But even though some of that is body fat just from the nature of, bulking, so what, dude? Come on. So what if I don't have as many ab veins or any ab veins right now? You don't get to see yourself huge and lean without getting big and soft first. At least that's sort of my take with the bulking and cutting style. I guess if you're a main gainer, if you're making solid gains that way, then you're fucking spoiled. You get to be lean all the time. But that's not really an approach that I'm locking into anytime soon. I'm trying to think of something to discuss. But I feel like that chest day kind of talked for itself, man. I mean, I don't really have any critiques for it. That was just a really good one. And I was kind of getting really excited when I was doing those incline dumbbells. And partially just because it was kind of feeding my ego. Because at that gym, the 150s are the heaviest dumbbell. So if you ever get to a point where you're lifting the heaviest dumbbells at the gym, pretty much pressing is where that's actually a little bit of a feat. Anybody can do a really nasty set of rows. People, you'll see that sometimes. But when you grab the heaviest dumbbells, you do kind of feel a little extra cool. There is a little bit of a coolness factor that you get. Cardio in the morning, I know you're not doing it. I couldn't tell you why you're not doing it. It's one of the great mysteries of this worldwide group of lifters, which I don't think I'll ever understand. But some of you I know have been doing cardio on a consistent basis. You hop on the seated bike, you hop on the treadmill, maybe you go for a fucking jog, whichever style you like, lets you raise your heart elevation. Like when I say burn 300 calories a day, like that's what I do. I sit on the bike, put it to level 12, pedal for 30 minutes. At the end of that 30 minutes, the machine says at least 300 calories. That number is probably fucking stupid. Because you got to remember, if you put someone who's not trained at all and you had him pedal for 30 minutes, he's not going to be so efficient. Right? So a guy whose cardio is total trash, when he does 30 minutes on a seated bike, he's probably going to burn more calories than, say, like a marathon cyclist, because they're more efficient. But I mean, just break a sweat. Honestly, that's what I'm really satisfied with. Sometimes I'll go through stints where I do kind of, I go kind of extra with the cardio. Like I love skipping rope, but it kind of sucks when you get this heavy, because if I try to skip rope, like again, you just sort of feel cool when you do it. I'm listening like a fucking Rocky soundtrack or whatever. I mean, when you're in the 200s and you're just bouncing around on your toes like that on the ground, it gives me fucking shin splints, which kind of sucks. Because, like, I don't know if you've ever felt having shin splints when you're doing like a really heavy squat. I don't think this would ever actually happen, but it feels like my fucking shins are gonna snap in half. Oh, yeah. In terms of music taste, I got a little bit of inspo from TikTok today. I was just listening to a bunch of the SpongeBob AI rap songs on SoundCloud. As stupid as it sounds, they go pretty fucking hard. And honestly, I kind of like jokey music like that, like parodies and shit, and whatever you gotta listen to get hyped up. I got no problem with it. I must have run through all my fucking glycogen, man. I got nothing on my brain. So I'm gonna go home, make a steak, have 2 packs of Uncle Ben's cheddar broccoli rice. I've got a bunch of ice cream sandwiches in my freezer. I'll probably eat 6 of them. And then who's to say? Maybe I'll have some ramen. I don't have any milk. Maybe I need to stop at Kroger and get some. I've been lacking on my cereal game for the last few weeks. Not good. Either way, the bulk's on. lifts. Gonna maintain high intensity, as we should all be doing. And I think that's all I gotta fucking say, man. Maybe I'll have a few more topics of discussion tomorrow. But cardio in the morning, followed by, I think it's a system modeling lab, or maybe it's a thermal fluid studio lab. I don't remember. I have some kind of lab tomorrow, and then back tomorrow night. So I'm sure you won't be surprised by the back day in terms of the exercise choices. But fully pumped and fully carved up, I'm excited to see my fucking back pumped up. Even though I literally just finished the chest day, I'm already getting hyped up about tomorrow. That's the way to do it. So, no more random ass rambling. I'll let you get back to whatever you're doing. Or if you're staying up late watching this video, go to sleep. Right. Come on, you gotta remember that's where you're really building muscle. So that's all I got. I will see you next time.